but I think I talk fairly loud, so I'm not going to turn it on. But if you do have problems hearing, I can turn on the microphone if need be.
13.
First of all, welcome to Lambeau Field, home of the 13-time world champion Greenbay Packers.
Yeah.
There are some people here doing courtesy clap though, because they're not all Packer fans. Can we just do a real quick where everybody's from? Nevada, California, Kansas City,
Whoa.
Michigan, Wisconsin, Minneapolis.
It's okay. Wisconsin.
Turtle Lake, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Turtle Lake, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have fans from all 50 states and over 150 countries that have been on the tour. So welcome. My name is Mark. My partner's name is Doug. Everybody say hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
We always have two people, two tour guides, and I do a tour and speak, and then Doug will do the next tour. But as we go along, if you need anything, you need to use the restroom, whatever, contact Doug and he'll point you in the right direction. A couple of rules for the tour: no eating, drinking, or tobacco products. I don't see anybody with anything. If you do have bottled water, that's fine. You need a Lambeau leaf either. That's 6'2" up there. When you score a touchdown, they jump up there. But so you're going to have to behave yourself on that one as well.
They run on a field, I get to tackle.
Yeah.
I haven't tackled anybody in a while. I'm ready.
So let me just tell you, the tour is 55 minutes. From here, we're going to get on the elevator over there. We're going to go up to the 6th floor. We're going to go into the largest suite here at Lambeau Field. It's a VIP suite run by the Greenbay, the Packer marketing department. So if you sang the national anthem or if you did the flyover on the game on Sunday, your seat was up where we're going today. So today you guys are the VIPs, so you'll be able to see it. From there you get a nice panoramic view of the whole stadium. We're going to sit there for a few minutes. I'm going to give you a little history of the Packers. From there we're going to take another elevator and go down to the tunnel. It's the tunnel the Packers run out of on game day. We're going to go, we can't go in the locker room, but we'll go past the locker room and go out by the tunnel so you'll be able to see the field from where, you know, the perspective of players get to see it from. And then from there we'll come back here and that'll be the tour. Let me just give you a little bit of a history of where we're at right now. This is called the Atrium. This is the lower level of the Atrium. If you were here prior to the year 2000, you'd be standing right now in the middle of the parking lot. 2000 to 2003, it took them 30 months to build, but for $295 million, they built this atrium. So if you were upstairs when you got your tickets, that whole atrium up there, and then all the way up, they put in suites on 3 levels. You get to see the suites up there. And why did they build this? Well, if you were here prior to the year 2000, we were only open about 8 days a year. Try running a business when you're only open 8 days a year, but the 8 days were, of course, when they had home games. Fans like yourself would come here throughout the week. You come and you get out of your car and you will take pictures up by the Packer, the wall. There was a kind of a green corrugated wall you'd look at, take a few pictures, get back in your car and leave. Well, now by building the atrium, we've had over 50 states and 150 countries.
Yeah, that's.
So we from a fan experience standpoint, Lambeau Field is open now every day of the year, except for Christmas and Easter and New Year's. Except this year we have a game on New Year's. So by doing that, we got a lot of fan exposure. The other reason we built it was something that a lot of fans don't really know, but back in the 90s, Packers they were making a comeback. They were really doing well on the field. They had this third-string quarterback they got from Atlanta. His name was Brett Favre. Then they had the largest free agent signing at the time in the history of the NFL. Reggie White was here. So on the field, they were doing real well, but financially, we were doing really bad. In fact, we were always in the lower level of finances within the NFL. And so it was going so bad, it was in the direction, if we didn't do anything by the year 2005, we may have been in bankruptcy. The Packers may have ceased to exist. Well, by building this, Bob Marlin, our president at the time, his dream was if we build it, they will come, and that's what's happening. In fact, the parking lot is kind of full today, even though there aren't a lot of people on the tours. We have different businesses. We have homecoming dances and proms here. We have every weekend, we have wedding receptions here. We have trade shows. And again, today we have some businesses here. I don't even know what kind of meetings they have going on, but always busy. So by building this and by opening it up to the public, we've been able to have over between 600 and 800 non-football related events each year, bringing in revenue to the Packers. Ever since this has been built, we went from the bottom of the league financially. Ever since then, we've been consistently in the top 10 in revenue in the NFL. So thanks to our president, Bob Harlan, and building this great facility to add on to the stadium, we're now in great financial standing. A little bit about the Atrium. Right there is a replica of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. If you haven't seen it, that's actually the largest chrome statue in the world. 50 feet tall. Actually, we like the little ones so that you get the fan or even the Dave in the Super Bowl. So we bring that one in, bring those little ones. In the Atrium, you're up there, the seating, there's something event going on now, but seating for up to 1,600 people at dinner. So it's widely used. It's a very heavily used facility. Other things about here, if you haven't gone to the pro shop, if you're a Packer fan, right there, 22,000 square feet of anything you could think of that you can slap a G on, put a price tag on, it's for sale right there. Pick up trucks to pencils is what we say. So if you have the time, go there. And right above us is the Hall of Fame, especially if you're a Packer fan. It's a must-see to go through the Packer Hall of Fame. It's a great thing. The last thing I'd point out before we get on the elevators is where we're standing right now. You know, for $295 million, do you think they could have made the floor look a little more square to the, it's kind of, you can see it's kind of part of a football field. I'm standing right now on the 45-yard line, but if I took this and I went this way on the 45-yard line and ran through that wall, ran all the way out through the walls, it's the exact 45-yard line of Lambeau Field. So there's the 50-yard line. 50-yard line is the 50-yard line of Lambeau Field. So they were able to laser GPS technology put it precisely. So as you're walking on the Atrium floor, you can imagine where you are once we get to the stadium. All right, so if everybody's ready, I think we'll get on the elevators and we'll go up to the 6th floor. We're going to walk down the concourse on the 6th floor all the way down to the largest suite. One thing that I'd point out before we get there is a few years ago we hired a company called Sports in the Arts out of New York. They had 19 different artists paint pictures for us. There's almost 150 painted pictures and about 350 snapshots. So as we're walking down the concourse, by all means, if you see something that intrigues you, you want to take a picture or whatever, by all means do that. Here I'm depicting probably the 2 most famous games ever played here at Lambeau Field. Anybody want to take a guess? Do they know their Packer history?
Ice Bowl here?
Over here is fans at the Ice Bowl. December 31st, 1967. Packers against the Dallas Cowboys. Bart Starr, last play of the game, quarterback sneak. 13 degrees below zero, 46 below with the wind chill. So coldest game in NFL history. This year, what happened 10 years before that, 1957 was the very first game played at Lambeau Field. You notice the blue and gold uniforms. Before Vince Lombardi showed up, the Packers were blue and gold, not green and gold. Vince Lombardi came and he says, hey, we live in Greenbay, not Blue Bay, and he changed the uniform colors to green and gold. So anyway, that's a distinction of the very first game. Ooh, I don't think he did. I think that was prior to Rodgers. Wow. I just wrote down up, but I think it was Dandy Don Meredith was the quarterback at the time. So we're just gonna keep meandering. As we're going down the corridor, you're gonna see these are the, again on the 6th level, these are the luxury suites, private suites. Most of the suites are held by corporations. You can lease a suite for a year or you can lease it up to 7 years. Most of the suites are contracted again with companies.
Whoa,
The
that's
nice thing about having a suite is that you not only get it on game days, you also get it every day of the year. So we do have companies that come up here, let's say they have a sales meeting or they have a board meeting, or if they have a particular client that they're trying to impress. But you can use it for whatever purpose you want. Stories are that there's a lady here who comes once a month to the bridge club. They play bridge.
Whoa.
Back in the days of the show.
This is gonna be expensive.
There's a group of women that came up here every Sunday night and they watched Desperate Housewives together. So, again, the suites are open for whoever leases the suite throughout the year.
The stadium
Only
over
rule
there.
is that they have to get their food and beverage from the Packers. So you can't stay overnight. I guess that's the other way.
So you forgot the most important thing.
You know, they give us a range, and the range was if you do it per game, it's between 10,000 and 40,000.
Wow.
Pretty wide range, but it's there's a lot of zeros if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not cheap to be in a suite. Great place to watch a game though. Pictures of now this is Bellevue Park. Actually, the second place the Packers played back in 1920, they played at Bellevue Park. I like to point this one out here. This is proof that the Packers did have the very first skybox.
Yeah, they just have.
Yep, well that's Greenbay East High School. That's where the Packers played up until 1957, so they played a lot of games. If you're from the Green Bay area or Wisconsin area, you're probably familiar with this tradition. During training camp, this year there was 11 open practices for training camp. The Packers locker room, again, is right below us. Where the Packers practice is across Oneida Street, which is maybe a quarter mile to the practice field. Well, anyway, when the Packers suit up, they have to go outside and get to the practice field. Well, the Green Bay area kids will line up with their bicycles and try to entice the players to say, hey, take my bicycle down to practice. And a lot of Packers take them up on it. And there are some pictures in there. Reggie White is probably the most famous of that group up there. And they will ride the kid's bike and the kid will run alongside carrying the helmet. It's been a tradition for 60 years. In fact, during those practices, there'll be a whole gauntlet of people, 1,000 people lined up watching the Packers ride the kids' bikes in front of the practice field. Don't sit there. Well, if you'll join me in the VIP suite, and then go all the way to the front. This one is. Again, this is the largest suite.
Ooh. Wow. 10,000 or to 40,000.
You want to watch the game from here?
Oh my. Oh, I think I seen some of the,
Boy, what a view that'd be.
yeah.
If you want to go all the way towards the end, I want to just make sure up here. Let me get out of the way, sir. Yeah, if you pick a row and then kind of go towards the end, so we got a room for everybody to wants to sit. And we're going to be here for a few minutes.
Oh, look at that.
Per game, 10,000 to 40,000.
Here, Jen.
Sit here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
they said it's all negotiable. If someone's seriously interested, have them contact the ticket office. So, in 57, a lot of Green Bay residents complain, say, why did you build it so big? We'll never be able to fill it. Well, that argument lasted less than a couple of years because by 1960, and for every game since then, the Lambeau Field has been a sellout. 62 years running, every game has been sold out. In fact, somebody had paperwork to get on the waiting list for season tickets. You've probably heard some of the rumors that season tickets here are pretty hard to come by. Very true. Right now, the waiting list is 144,000 names long. And if the seats turn over between 100, well, this year they turned over 200 seats, but usually between 80 and 100 seats turn over a year. Well, if you do the math, turning over 100 seats a year and there's 144,000 on a waiting list, good luck, because it's going to be your lifetime and your children's lifetime before.
Oh, so this.
It's actually, the locker room is actually in the shape of a football. Number 82 and number 38. Trying to squeeze those together. Those lockers are actually right next to each other. Somebody said looks kind of small for a locker room. No, it's 7,000 square feet. So
Whoa.
it's a very large locker room. Laid out by position. One of the things that we like to point out is the green G. That's where, just a tradition, before game time, right before they take the field, somebody yell out, get on the G. All the players, all the coaches, everybody gets on the G and they get their last minute pep talk and that type of thing right there on the G. In fact, it's become such a tradition. They have a second carpet with a G that they roll up. They take to away games. The first thing they do is the equipment manager will roll up the G in the locker room, so they always have a place where they can get on the G to get ready for game time. If you just want to follow me up. Here's the media auditorium. So right after the game, your coach or Aaron Rodgers or somebody being interviewed, it's right in there. So it's very convenient. Right down this hallway here is the locker room. In addition to the locker room, they have a second auxiliary locker room because, like for training camp, they have twice as many players here. They have a gymnasium. They have 9 different meeting rooms. They have an auditorium. They have a swimming pool. They have hot and cold tubs. They have a medical room with X-ray machines, whirlpools, hot and cold tubs. They've got a racquetball court. They got a dining hall, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They got everything down there that you can imagine to make you as a football player bigger, faster, stronger, smarter. They spend a lot more time back there in meeting rooms than they do on the practice field. It is, they put everything back there that could help those players become better players. Now why don't you come on up? Tackle player is retired now, a guy by the name of Donald Driver, who's a wide receiver here for Green Bay. They asked him, what do you miss most about professional football and the Green Bay Packers? He says, what I miss most is right where you guys are right now. He says, what I miss most is being in the tunnel right before game time. He says, because I'm so jacked up, and I know there's going to be 81,000 screaming fans out there waiting for me to come out of that tunnel. So being here in the tunnel is a big deal. So anyway, for the next 30 seconds, I want you to put on your imaginary thinking caps and imagine that you are the Green Bay Packers. And today, you're going out the tunnel just to sit in the Packers win at the end. So if you're ready, let's head out towards the field. I've Packers field is a combination of both synthetic grass and Kentucky bluegrass. The synthetic grass is called disc grass. Synthetic fiber, every 3/4 of an inch, they have 32 million of these. It's kind of like sewing job. They had allow you to protest. All you have to do is the cheer in reverse order. All right. Well, what we like to listen for is when we go pack go, is I'll have everybody face the north end zone. As the spirit of Curly Lambeau still resides within Lambeau Field. And so if you yell nice and loud, we're going to hear an echo back of Curly speaking back to us. And the way it goes is you'll hear the stadium PR go da 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 da, and then the response is go pack go. So when I do that, your response is as loud as you can. Go pack go right into the north end zone. Da 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 da. Go pack go.
Thank you so much for watching our video. We had a very nice tour at Packer Stadium in Green Bay. Please like and subscribe and comment.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.